My name is Lara Somogyi, and I am a harpist based out of Los Angeles, California. I started playing the harp when I was 8 years old, and they offered it in my school. They had a little harp in the corner, and they said, you know, pick an instrument. It's time to pick instruments. What would you like to play? And I saw it, and I immediately went over to it, started picking out a few notes, and just instantly fell in love with the tone and the resonance of the strings. And so after, practicing very, very hard, I studied at the Eastman School of Music pre-college in New York, and then from then went on to the Royal Academy of Music in London, here in London. The Academy has the most incredible faculty, and so I really felt like I was shown so many different realms of the instrument, which I was so grateful for. And it was great to have all sorts of different influences from film and jazz and, of course, classical and orchestral. There was a lot of variety to really showcase the instrument and what you could do with it for your career. So after the Academy and during the Academy, I started working in London with session work, and started off with Guy Chambers and Robbie Williams and Rufus Wainwright, and realized how incredibly versatile and exciting recording and pop and that type of playing could be. And it was so inspiring to me to have a new way, a new place to play in different contexts, and how the harp could fit in within different genres of music. And then this particular harp is a Camac Big Blue harp, which has a lot of really creative capabilities. It's, of course, has DI, so it has a lot of inputs, and it has 2 contact mics on the soundboard. So after I got into recording and took classes at the Academy on audio engineering and things, I really had a love for recording and pushing the instrument in ways that you wouldn't necessarily think of the harp, like with pedals and with electronics, and there are about 1 million ways that you can play the instrument. And I really think that there's so much to offer on the harp sonically that it's just so inspiring, and the possibilities are endless. And I knew that adding in technology and pedals and things to manipulate the sound that's already there on the instrument could just take it to a whole nother sonic dimension, which is a lot of fun to play with. For my first pedal and first guitar pedal that I got was a Boss Looper, which allowed me to be many voices at once. At the Academy, I studied improvisation as well, so it was a really great tool to use improv and to start creating these sound worlds and textures and incredibly expansive feelings. And I really wanted to be able to play a lot of the harp at once, so it was a really great way to explore that by being the bassist, by being a percussionist, by being the melody and a rhythmic or effects or some sort of, I could just build and build and build, and it would just provide so much inspiration and sonic exploration that I could really go in a lot of different places with the instrument. Using recording and technology and things like that, you could really just use every aspect of the instrument in any way that you want. And so then I started playing a lot in film scores and getting called in for this particular sound with and realms of sound and exploration with the pedals, and of course doing a lot of improvisation within those scores and things like that I decided to also write my own music as well, and not only play with pop and all the sessions that I would be getting called in for, but also film and then creating my own worlds within. If I wanted to add some type of, I'll start with looping. This is a cover of one of my favorite film scores, Social Network. So I have a drone now that I couldn't have before. Trent Reznor, Social Network. Yeah, there's all sorts of rhythmic stuff that we can do with. There's, again, this is actually a tremolo pedal that's after a chain of reverbs, which is a lot of fun because it acts like a gate to the reverbs and it kind of the sound. It's a lot of fun. And this is called a slicer, which slices up the notes that I play, and it instantly makes me a rhythm section or a DJ or something. And it gives the notes a lot of drive. There's so many things that we can add to the instrument to really explore sounds, and then add extended techniques on the harp, like xylophone effect, which you heard in the piece. And there's harmonics, which again, paired with something can be incredibly powerful. Just let it ring. I mean, there's so many fun things you could do. You can create swells. So placed within different moments in any sort of live experience or a film or can be really, really powerful and experience the harp in a completely new way. Huge inspirations of mine include Oliver Arnold's, Nils Frahm, John Hopkins, really cool contemporary ensembles like the London Contemporary Orchestra, or in Los Angeles, the Echo Society, who I play with, I'm lucky enough to play with. Being able to push the realms of what classical music and traditional instruments can do is really, really fun.